The Southern gospel community was shaken when Gloria Gaither, the cherished wife of Bill Gaither, shared heartbreaking personal news. Fans who had long admired the couple for their unwavering faith and joyful spirit were stunned by the emotional weight of her announcement. It wasn't just what she said was the raw emotion in her voice. Gloria, usually composed and steady, revealed her sorrow with a vulnerability that was deeply moving, lifting the veil on a struggle that had quietly unfolded in private. Revelation sent shockwaves across churches, concert venues, and social media groups that had long found comfort in the Gaither family's music and ministry. For decades, Bill and Gloria Gaither represented resilience, hope, and enduring faith. Learning that they were facing private trials was a painful jolt for their devoted followers. It reminded everyone that even spiritual icons are not immune to life's hardships. Gloria's private health struggles, long hidden behind public appearances, finally came to light. She courageously opened up about her condition after years of silence. The Gaither family had chosen to protect their fans from worry, but Gloria felt the moment had come to be honest. She described dealing with chronic fatigue, pain, and other serious symptoms that had affected her ability to travel and perform. Even as she endured these challenges, she showed remarkable strength at public events, pouring her heart into every appearance. But the effort to appear fine had taken a toll. Her confession revealed not just her physical suffering, but the emotional strain of hiding it. Fans responded with love, prayer, and heartbreak, realizing how much she had borne alone. Though Gloria's health struggles became public, Bill Gaither's quiet pain often remained hidden. Watching his wife suffer has weighed heavily on him. Known for his warm heart and uplifting songs, Bill has tried to stay strong for her and for their fans even when his own heart is breaking. Close friends say that behind closed doors, Bill has moments of overwhelming sorrow and helplessness. For someone who spent his life lifting others up, being unable to ease Gloria's pain has been heartbreaking. Their love, long admired in Christian communities, is being tested in new and difficult ways. Bill remains resilient, but those close to him can see the emotional toll. This painful chapter has brought them even closer, though not without sorrow that even music and faith can't fully erase. Despite their fame, Bill and Gloria Gaither have always been deeply protective of their private life. But as Gloria's health declined and speculation grew, they faced the tough decision of how much to share. Opening up about their pain was a major shift for a family known for spreading joy. Even now, they struggle to balance transparency with dignity, wanting to be honest, but also needing space to heal in private. It's a difficult line to walk. They deeply appreciate their supporters, but also need moments away from public scrutiny. Their experience speaks to a larger truth. Fame often robs people of the right to grieve quietly as they face this heartbreaking season with grace. Fans admire them more than ever, but that admiration doesn't lighten their emotional burden. As Gloria's health issues grew more serious, the Gaither organization had no choice but to cancel or postpone several anticipated concerts. This news left many fans heartbroken. Some had waited years for the chance to see Bill and Gloria perform live. While most people responded with empathy, it didn't lessen the disappointment for those who had found healing and joy through their music. For many, attending a Gaither concert was a deeply spiritual journey, an opportunity to reconnect with faith, family, and emotion. Knowing Gloria's condition was behind the cancellations made it even harder to accept. It was a painful reminder that even beloved ministries are carried by people facing real human challenges. These weren't just canceled events. They were signs that an era was slowly coming to a close. Gloria's faith has always been a source of strength, not just for her, but for countless others. Yet this season has tested her beliefs in ways few could imagine. Friends say that Gloria, while still steadfast, has wrestled with questions of suffering, mortality, and purpose. Her prayers are more raw now, her reflections more bittersweet. In vulnerable moments, she's confessed to feeling unheard by God, emotions she never would have voiced in the early days of her ministry. Still, Gloria holds tightly to her belief that God's plan, though mysterious, is ultimately good. Her journey is a powerful reminder that real faith doesn't mean life is easy. It means choosing to believe even when life is at its most painful and confusing. though there's been no official announcement. Those close to the Gaithers say Gloria's health signals the quiet end of their touring era. For decades, their concerts brought together generations in powerful worship and testimony. Now, as travel becomes more difficult, Bill and Gloria are focusing on digital content and writing. But something irreplaceable is being left behind. The live homecoming experience with its spontaneous joy and shared healing can't be replaced. For Gloria, leaving the road isn't just about stepping back from work, it's an emotional and spiritual transition. Touring was never just a job, it was a ministry. Saying goodbye to that part of their life, while also facing the health challenges that forced it, has been one of the most emotional parts of this journey. Inside their Indiana home, Bill and Gloria face battles the world rarely sees. Gone are the fast-paced days of touring and recording. Now their days are slower, filled with doctor appointments, treatments, and quiet prayer. Friends who visit speak of deep love in the home, but also solemnity. Gloria's illness has changed everything. Every movement is careful, every plan cautious. Bill, ever the faithful partner, has stepped into the role of caregiver with tenderness, but it's taken an emotional toll. Their once bustling home, once filled with music and laughter, is now a place of stillness and endurance. Even small joys like gardening or short outings are limited. Their private journey is a powerful reminder that even the most admired lives can be touched by profound sorrow. When Gloria's story became public, the faith community responded immediately. Churches organized prayer chains. Fans flooded their social media and website with messages of love. People shared how the Gaithers' music had touched their lives. Prominent leaders reached out personally, offering words of encouragement and gratitude for decades of faithful ministry. The support has been overwhelming and deeply moving, in a world that often moves on too quickly from its heroes. The outpouring of loyalty and gratitude was truly touching. For Bill and Gloria, these heartfelt gestures became a lifeline during an otherwise lonely time. Each card, every prayer, and all the kind words reminded them that they weren't alone. Although the Gaithers have spent their lives giving to others, it was now the body of Christ's turn to give back to them, and they did. With overwhelming love, Gloria Gaither, despite her personal pain, has continued to share messages filled with hope. In a recent heartfelt letter posted on the Gaither Music website, she reflected on the importance of trusting God even when things seem bleak. She opened up about her own struggles, but also pointed out the quiet blessings found in this hard season, like the kindness of strangers, the unshakable love of her family, and the strengthening of her faith. Gloria stressed that while sorrow is part of life, God's presence remains even in the darkest times. Her words struck a deep chord with readers, many of whom felt their own burdens reflected in her message. Instead of giving in to despair, Gloria chose to let her pain become a way to uplift others. In doing so, she created a ministry even more powerful than her music, a personal, honest testimony of faith. In a deeply emotional video posted online, Bill Gaither paid tribute to his wife, calling her the bravest woman he has ever known. Holding back tears, he spoke of the incredible strength Gloria has shown, not just in their ministry, but especially now in facing her health issues. He described her as the rock of their family's faith and an inspiration to thousands around the world. His voice broke often as he remembered their early years together, their dreams, their music, their children. But it was his final words that left many in tears. "Whatever happens, I know God gave me the greatest gift of my life. When he gave me Gloria," his vulnerability reminded everyone that behind the legendary figure of Bill, Gaither is simply a husband with a deep love for his wife. When news of Gloria's health struggles and Bill's emotional tribute broke, it sparked a wave of grief around the world. Fans from all over shared their sadness on social media, telling how Gaither music brought them comfort in their own times of loss and pain. Some even posted videos singing songs like "Because He Lives" or "He Touched Me," using the same music to now comfort Bill and Gloria. Others wrote heartfelt stories about meeting them at concerts or simply being moved by their music at home. It became clear that their legacy wasn't just musical, it was deeply spiritual and emotional. The love being shown to them now reflects the love they have shown to the world. For decades, a global chorus of gratitude and mourning, regardless of what the future holds. Bill and Gloria Gaither's legacy is already secured, not only in the history of Christian music, but in the hearts of millions. Their songs have been woven into church services, weddings, funerals, and quiet moments of prayer. But beyond the melodies, their true legacy is the message they carried, that faith, love, and community are stronger than despair. Gloria's courage and Bill's enduring love during this difficult time have only deepened their impact. They've shown that the Christian journey includes suffering, but even in sorrow, there can still be grace, dignity, and hope. As people reflect on their ministry and lives, it's clear that Gaithers' influence will live on. They taught us to worship sincerely, love fiercely, and trust God even when the path grows dark. Before the public ever knew, Bill and Gloria had been quietly facing this battle for months, with only their closest family and friends aware of the situation. Though Gloria's health was declining, they still appeared in public when possible, always smiling, always kind. But behind closed doors, life became filled with treatments, hospital stays, and long sleepless nights. They didn't stay silent, out of pride, but out of love for their ministry. They didn't want pity. They wanted the focus to stay on the hope and faith they had spent their lives sharing. Still, even the strongest hearts can only carry so much for so long.
Wait.
Finally opened up. It wasn't defeat, it was a powerful gesture of trust. They let their loyal community see the very human side of their journey. As the news of Gloria's condition spread, many began asking how they could honor her life and contributions. Quietly, plans began forming for a major tribute concert, featuring many of the most well-known artists in Christian music, those inspired by, mentored by, or who shared stages with the Gaithers. Though no date has been announced yet, insiders say it will be a moving worship event and a celebration of Gloria's life. Songs like Because He Lives and He Touched Me are expected to form the heart of the evening, Bill has said. To be deeply touched by the idea, though it comes with mixed emotions, the concert will be both a heartfelt thank you and, perhaps, a goodbye. For millions, it will be a moment to honor a woman who helped shape their spiritual lives in one of the most moving developments. Gloria Gaither reportedly wrote a final letter to her fans, one full of gratitude, grace, and unwavering faith. Though it hasn't been released yet, those who've seen early drafts describe it as a mix of farewell and personal testimony. Gloria thanks her fans for letting her music be part of their lives. She encourages them to stay strong in faith and offers words of comfort to those facing their own challenges. Rather than focusing on her suffering, she turns her attention to God's glory and the hope that reaches beyond this life. There's no trace of bitterness, only peace. The letter, by all accounts, feels less like a goodbye and more like a loving handoff. When it's released, it will undoubtedly touch countless hearts. As public concern and media attention grew, the Gaither family released an emotional request for privacy. Though grateful for the outpouring of love and support, they are walking through a deeply personal chapter, one full of fragile moments, emotional decisions, and sacred space that can't be shared with the world. Bill, along with their children and grandchildren, asked for understanding. Not every detail can or should be shared. They are not turning away from their supporters, but they are asking for room to grieve, hope, and heal privately. The Christian community, in large part, has respected that request, recognizing the importance of guarding the most sacred moments for Bill and Gloria. This moment is about treasuring every precious day left holding, tight to memories and finding strength in the quiet comfort that faith offers, especially when words fall short. A heartfelt response from longtime friends and collaborators. In light of the devastating news, many of Bill and Gloria Gaither's longtime friends and musical partners have shared deeply emotional tributes. Notable artists such as Michael W. Smith, Amy Grant, Sandy Patty, and members of the Gaither vocal band have posted heartfelt video messages. They recalled unforgettable years spent touring, studio sessions filled with laughter and powerful, spiritual moments that left lasting impressions. Gloria was often described as a spiritual mother, someone whose wisdom and words shaped lives, They honored her not only for her extraordinary songwriting talent, but also for her quiet compassion and consistent kindness offstage. These messages have offered fans a broader picture of Gloria's impact. She wasn't just a well-known figure. She was a mentor, a guide, and a dear friend. As more of these touching tributes emerge, they weave together a moving portrait of Gloria's legacy, Bill Gaither's silent struggles behind the smile for years. Fans have admired Bill Gaither's ever-bright smile and calm presence. But recently, those closest to him have noticed signs of strain behind that familiar expression. Behind closed doors, Bill has been quietly battling the emotional weight of Gloria's declining health and its toll on their family. Though he still performs when possible, those appearances now carry a quiet sorrow. Sources close to the family share that Bill often turns to prayer, leaning deeply into his faith to carry him through each day. Though he remains a source of strength to his loved ones, the emotional burden is clear. In private moments, he wrestles with the contrast between his public image as a source of hope and his personal pain. As a husband facing the possible loss of his life partner, his quiet endurance inspires many, but also serves as a powerful reminder. Even those we view as spiritual pillars are human, capable of heartbreak, hope, and carrying grief few ever see. A worldwide wave of prayer and support the Gaither community stretches far beyond borders. It's truly global. In the wake of the heartbreaking updates, fans around the world have spontaneously organized prayer vigils in cities ranging from Nashville to Nairobi. These gatherings, often held outside churches, music venues, and family homes, are filled with songs, candlelight, and heartfelt prayers for Gloria and the Gaither family. Fans share moving testimonies of how the Gaithers' music gave them strength during illnesses, grief, and life's deepest struggles. In a time marked by division, the Gaither story has united people across cultures and denominations. Their influence reaches far beyond music hits, about the hope they've carried into countless lives. Videos of these vigils have been circulating online, touching hearts as strangers come together to support a family they've never met. It's become undeniably clear the Gaithers are more than just musicians. They are symbols of faith, love, and connection, the enduring love. The story of Bill and Gloria Gaither. At the heart of this season of sorrow lies one of Christian music's most cherished love stories. Bill and Gloria Gaither's relationship has long been a beacon of mutual respect, partnership, and unwavering commitment. From their modest beginnings in Indiana to the grand stages of Gaither homecoming tours around the world, their love only deepened. They wrote songs as one, prayed as one, and walked through life's storms side by side. Their music wasn't simply for performance, it reflected their united journey of faith. Now, as they face what may be their hardest trial yet, their love shines even brighter. Whether it's a hand held in a hospital room or a whispered prayer, late at night, their connection reveals a bond forged in faith and sacrifice. Their love stands as a living testament, proof that true devotion endures, even beyond applause and fame. To fans everywhere, their relationship offers a powerful image of what real love looks like in life's darkest moments. Looking ahead, the Gaither family's vision for the future. Even as the Gaither family walks through immense sorrow, they're already thinking about how to honor Gloria's enduring legacy. Plans are in discussion to launch a scholarship fund in her name supporting aspiring Christian musicians and songwriters. There's also talk of creating a documentary that chronicles Bill and Gloria's journey, filled with rare video clips, personal interviews, and never-before-told stories. Although the grief is still fresh, the family is determined to ensure that Gloria's impact lives on. Bill, even through his heartbreak, has spoken of his desire to keep their ministry alive, continuing to share the message of hope and resurrection that they both devoted their lives to. Their children and grandchildren are reportedly ready to take on new responsibilities to uphold the Gaither legacy. This commitment reflects the strength Gloria instilled in them, not just to sing songs of faith, but to live them, especially when life becomes too heavy to carry alone.